But why don't people play to win mostly if that's what everybody wants? Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be well off. Everybody wants that big fat bank. But why don't people get it? The simple answer is hey, and welcome back, Gen X. In our previous episode, I reviewed several ways that losing with money costs. Now, the point that I'm making here is we all have choices, and there's a cost to pay for all the choices we make. If you choose to play the game to lose with money, there's a cost associated with that, and we went over that yesterday. But why don't people play to win mostly if that's what everybody wants? Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be well off. Everybody wants that big fat bank. But why don't people get it? The simple answer is because they don't want to pay the cost to win with money. And I'm going to review just a few of those costs here. Number one cost is admitting that you're wrong and changing course. We get stuck in our pride and our feelings, and we don't like to admit when we're wrong. Even when we know something is not working for us, the personal embarrassment involved in admitting that we're wrong and turning around just costs too much for us. And so we'd rather stay there in our warm, stinky diaper because it's familiar, it feels good, it's comfortable, and we don't have to do anything to change. Not a good way to live, is it? Just brings more pain. Number two, we don't want to pay the cost to develop the skills we need to advance past our current situation. That might mean going back to school, which not only takes effort, but it might require a financial investment. It might mean paying the cost to learn about personal finance, and we just don't want to do that because we feel like, it's too much work, I don't have the time for it, whatever. But the skills that we would gain from managing our money better would alleviate our financial pain, and yet we still don't do it because some people just don't want to pay the cost. Number three, you have to pay the cost of being different. What does that mean? That means that in your association, if you start doing things differently, chances are the people around you want you to stay right where they are, which is the current state you're in. And that's going to be uncomfortable to them. So they're going to start to criticize you. Who do you think you are? You can't do that. What are you doing trying to become wealthy, successful? You're not better than us. And so we don't want to disappoint our circle, our social group. And so we stay where we are because we cannot endure the pain of leaving them behind. But that's what you got to do if you want to make things better for yourself and for your family. Number four, and this is a biggie, giving up leisure time and pursuits. Now that might mean giving up TV. It might mean giving up going out to drink every Friday night, going out to fancy restaurants, swiping the credit card because we want something that we just don't have the money for and can't afford at the moment. It might also mean not taking those fancy vacations that are way beyond our means. Giving up that TV time, that Netflix and chill time where we can just lay back, veg out, and do nothing. Giving up sleep. That's taking us out of our comfort zone. See, all of these things that we're doing to make ourselves feel good in the moment are only hurting us in the long run. And it's painful to change. So we don't change. Finally, what is the cost that most people don't want to pay? And that is literally paying to get help, to get assistance. That might mean investing in some books, in some education. That might mean hiring a professional who can hold you accountable and teach you basic mindset and skills to manage your money. You know, my father, he didn't finish high school. That was common in his day. But my father knew one thing. He was smart enough to know this. If you don't have brains, buy brains. So what you don't know, pay someone to teach you or to act on your behalf. My father was smart enough to know that. Problem is, some people don't want to admit they're not smart enough. And they think that the money that they pay out, they really can't afford to pay for this person. But they're really not stopping to think about how much it's going to cost them dollar-wise in late fees, in failure to plan, in lost opportunities, lost income, overpaying for things, financial fog, waste. All of these things cost if you would just invest a little to buy some brains and help you get ahead faster and further than everyone else around you. So those are the reasons, or some of the reasons I should say, that people don't want to pay what it costs to win with money. But if you are willing to pay, there are so many rewards, and I'm going to cover that in our final video. You have a great day, and I'll see you in our next video.